Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you are interested in today's video. Today, let's talk about semiconductor chips. Semiconductor chips sound very high-end, but they are actually closely related to life. People's mobile phones, computers, TVs, and smart homes, which one can do without chips? This chip is like the heart of these electronic products. Without it, nothing can be done. Recently, the semiconductor chip industry has been very lively, and the leading companies have made efforts to accelerate the pace of domestic substitution. What is domestic substitution? Simply put, many chips that people used before were made by foreign countries. Now China can make them by itself, and the performance is not bad. This is called domestic substitution. This is not a trivial matter. It is related to China's scientific and technological strength and people's daily life. Let's talk about the leading companies in the semiconductor chip industry first. These companies are all leaders in the industry, with top technical strength and market share. They have been working hard to develop new technologies and improve the performance and quality of their products. Why? Because the market competition is fierce. If you don't make progress, others will surpass you. Therefore, these leading companies are all rushing forward desperately, fearing that they will fall behind. Recently, these leading companies have ushered in major market benefits. What benefits? The country's support for the semiconductor chip industry is increasing. As we all know, the semiconductor chip industry is a high-tech industry with high R&D costs and high technical difficulty. In the past, China still had a certain gap with foreign countries in this regard. However, now the country has begun to pay attention to this industry and has introduced a series of policies and measures to support its development. These policies and measures have injected a shot in the arm to the semiconductor chip industry. First of all, the country has increased its capital investment in the semiconductor chip industry. As we all know, it takes money to develop new technologies and new products. Now that the country has given money, these companies can do a better job of R&D. Secondly, the country has also provided policy support, such as tax incentives. These policies are all real benefits, allowing these companies to develop more easily. With the support of the country, these leading companies are even more confident. They have begun to accelerate the pace of domestic substitution. In the past, many chips were made in foreign countries. Now, these companies have begun to work hard to develop their own chips, and their performance is getting better and better. This is not only a good thing for these companies, but also a good thing for people. Why is it a good thing for people? Because domestic substitution means that more chips used by China in the future will be made by China itself. In this way, China no longer has to worry about foreign countries holding China's neck. As we all know, the international situation is complex and changeable now, and some foreign companies often engage in technology blockades and trade barriers. But now, China doesn't have to worry about this problem. Because China's leading companies have begun to accelerate the pace of domestic substitution. They are working hard to develop their own chips, and their performance is getting better and better. In this way, more chips used by China in the future will be made in China. This is not only a good thing for China, but also a real benefit for people. Besides, domestic substitution will also help improve China's scientific and technological strength. As we all know, scientific and technological strength is an important part of a country's comprehensive strength. If China can't make its own chips, it will be looked down upon. But now, China's leading companies have proved China's technological strength with practical actions. They are working hard to develop their own chips, and their performance is getting better and better. This is not only a good thing for China, but also a pride for people. Because the chips used by China are made in China. How proud it is. In the future, when China talks about this with others, it will be full of pride and pride. In addition to this, domestic substitution will also help promote China's economic development. Everyone knows that the semiconductor chip industry is a high-tech industry and a high-value-added industry. If China cannot make its own chips, it will have to spend a lot of money to buy foreign chips. But now, China's leading companies have begun to accelerate the pace of domestic substitution. They are working hard to develop their own chips, and their performance is getting better and better. In this way, China will no longer have to spend a lot of money to buy foreign chips in the future. This is not only a good thing for China, but also a benefit for people. Because the chips used by China are made in China, the price is definitely more affordable. In general, the semiconductor chip leader is leading the way, accelerating the pace of domestic substitution, and welcoming major market benefits. These good things are not only for these companies, but also for people. Because the chips used in China are made in China. How proud and affordable. In the future, we have to pay more attention to these things in the semiconductor chip industry. Because this matter is closely related to life. Mobile phones, computers, TVs, and those smart homes, which one can do without chips? Therefore, we have to know more about these things, so that we can talk to others about this high-tech topic in the future.